60 cc. Last episode, 21 Savage episode, y'all. It's Cat Eyes, your sarcastic pervert. What's good, y'all?
Man, check it out. It's your neighborhood player partner B. Man, do you hear that beat? Straight out the trap of Chris Kringle.
Yeah, that's that CCC code, Mr. Copeland. Whoa.
Hey. Hey.
We got my sis up in the building, man. Funny ass. But really, what's up, Belle?
Belle.
What up?
She be doing the cameras and shit, man. Making my videos.
Did he make this beat while he was home alone?
Yes.
Damn.
Actually, I gotta tell you something. It was my idea. He had to make a Christmas beat, and I was like, yo.
We ain't doing the show today. We just gonna let the beat ride out.
I know, right?
All you
I want everybody just to call in.
All you people just do. We doing freestyle
just
Sunday
call in
today.
And freestyle.
Yeah.
If y'all want this beat and you want to challenge it,
We'll talk.
hit me up. We send it to you. You gotta post it though. That shit was super lit, right?
Man.
It is appropriate to say Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Yes. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. What's good,
filthy
y'all?
Animal, man.
So, tonight I'll be doing the American Sign Language for Hot 60. Basically.
Gang, gang.
Gang, gang. Y'all listen to the Eminem album yet?
Man. I've heard so much negative feedback. I'm just kind of like,
Didn't I tell
don't
you?
even know if I need to jump in that hula hoop.
I wish I could quote the episode I told y'all Eminem was.
I was telling my partner the other day, man. I was just like, look.
Trash.
If I listened to you back when I was in high school, I'm kind of at a point where I don't want to hear you no more. Like, I don't, man. Like, out with the old, in with the new. I'm kind of not going to hold on to my past and all that shit. I'm riding with the little kids, man. Like, fuck. What y'all listen to, man? Y'all like Lil Uzi? Uzi's cool.
Shit,
He's a rock star.
I'm trying to think. I've been listening to still that Sci-Hi, man.
Yes, Sci-Hi, he from our era. You know
That's
what I mean?
I'm still just constantly, ever since that's came out, any other album, I'm just like, no. I think I just listened to this. It's like, now everything, like, when you smoke that, like, really, really good ass shit, and then someone tries to get you to smoke mid now, and it's just like, that shit just don't work anymore.
I got you.
That's how I really feel about Sci-Hi. I know it's like, getting a little, but that shit, man, that shit is, it's got everything. That shit is my heart right now.
I know what kind of mid I do want. Some mid internet. I want internet to stay at mid levels prices.
Yeah.
What I don't understand it, because I'm seeing, like, it depending on what source you go to, it's like, okay, so now you're gonna have to pay for everything. Like, if you want to go on PayPal, you're gonna have to pay a fee. And then also, from what I'm told, no, it's because, like, once you go on certain sites and your computer starts to move slow or your app moves slow because of ads, that's what it's supposed to eliminate, is the ads that are coming into because you're paying for a speed.
What I heard was they was about to start charging for Twitter. And I was like, fuck that.
It's charging for using individual websites.
Instead of paying for your own internet?
Yeah. So you'd have to subscribe probably.
We going back to the 90s,
to YouTube,
y'all.
Facebook.
Yeah, AOL. Like.
Fuck, you know what I mean?
What the hell? AOL, motherfuckers.
I'm getting an Etch-a-Sketch.
Yes.
That's all the interface.
Fucking
Yo,
Telegram.
I still got about, like, 12 AOL
Let's
discs.
go back to
unscratched
mailing
postcards.
postcards.
I got 12 AOL discs, unscratched pins. I ain't worried about it. Fuck that shit. They ain't gonna fucking hold me down, man.
I'm staying cheap with this shit. I'm staying in range.
Landlines are like $20 a month.
That's crazy.
Free long distance.
Just call people. Yeah, that's why we gonna find a way to have our own app so you can buy the Hot 60 app and watch this shit.
Ladies, y'all done y'all Christmas shopping yet? I know.
I've looked.
I've
done a lot of looking.
I've completed my Christmas shopping.
You did?
Actually. Yeah.
You one of them Amazon girls, ain't you?
I am, but I only bought one gift.
Oh, I feel you. For the kids, huh? For the kid, right? All you grown-ups is assed out this year.
Sorry. But I don't expect anything. So.
Yeah, I expect a lot of things, but I didn't get anything. I saw this one thing and, like, this dude was like, please don't try to give me your pussy for Christmas. Like, that shit, he was like, put it up. Like, that shit ain't like, so y'all, so some women be trying to dress in little Santa suits and shit. He's like, I get this shit for birthday. All this shit.
Oh, man.
I was crying.
I know. Speaking of pussy, eggnog. Do y'all drink eggnog?
I do, but I don't like to admit it. But it's good.
It's like something I'll take like 2 drinks of and then be like, nah.
The
Yeah.
phlegm in the
always
back of
try
the
it.
throat afterwards is what I don't
Oh
like.
God, I'm lactose, so that shit's like poison.
Yeah.
If I sip 2 sips, it's like.
It's
But
like-
it's so good.
It's like
weirdly
drinking
good.
pudding that's been like melted down though. So it's like
Facts.
you don't really feel right.
It's almost like a Zaxby's milkshake left in the car.
Hey, check this. Oh
But
my
it's good.
God.
For real.
Yeah, we got guests coming in today,
Yeah,
though, man.
we do. We got a musical
Man.
guest coming in, so we'll probably play
Man.
some of their music. And
What's
stuff.
our musical guest?
We are Lucid.
I know.
They so dope, man.
Yeah, I heard a little cool ass song
I like their
earlier today.
positive. What I like to
Yeah.
call it is what was I calling it? POSITRAP.
Yeah, she got some lyrics.
Yeah, POSITRAP.
Yeah.
It's like trap music but positive.
I like that song legit. They had a song on there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're
I
gonna have
heard
to
that
play
one.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I told you out with the old, in with the new. I don't want to listen to nothing you old fuckers want to listen to.
I like Fly Away. I
Okay.
can fly away. That's a good smoking songs for
Yeah.
real. Without having to hear about all the killing and hoes and bitches and it's just like real life shit. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I actually can relate to this.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, like the that shit, that Omarosa shit, you heard about that?
Please explain to me. Enlighten me and the folks out here.
Okay, so basically, I guess she's just this lady who's been in the White House. But before that, she was...
horse mouth. I know you're talking about, but go ahead. Yeah, horse mouth. Go ahead.
No, she has a name.
I just call it horse mouth. That grill is. Go ahead. Finish the story.
Gumby. She got
Yeah.
like a set of Gumbies
Hella
in her
jaw.
mouth.
Right, some good dome, but
Yeah.
anyways.
But basically, so everybody said she didn't do nothing for the White House and stuff, and I'm crying because this lady, Robin Roberts, came out and said bye Felicia when she got fired. But here's the crazy shit is this lady was on The Apprentice and Trump fired her every time. So that was probably like the first black woman he was ever with, right?
Yeah, that's that in-house. Yeah, that's that true in-house.
Right?
Yeah, she's doing all kind of stuff staying off in the house.
Right. So, anyways, because she said that, I guess Robin Roberts was like, "Bye, Felicia." This lady had the nerve to say that it's a black woman's civil war now.
What?
Yeah.
But again,
Omarosa?
wait, who against
Yes.
who?
Her against Robin Roberts.
Oh my God. Oh, she tried to hit the race card.
Like, yeah, on Twitter. Like,
the
it's a black...
Oreo,
Yeah.
the Oreo race card.
Nobody, like...
I'm not sure what the sides are though. Like,
Robin Roberts, I don't know where she stands.
is she
Yeah.
she's a journalist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's a news anchor too, as well. I just remember like seeing that tweet and shit. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy as hell. Like a black woman civil war. Like, what does that mean?
Nah, she
like,
been got
I feel
disinvited.
like
Cookie
to the
against
barbecue.
Beyonce.
we
Like, I
can't
don't
have
understand
that,
how would that break up into groups? Like,
Doesn't a civil war just not indicate like?
it's something Trump would say. Like, we know, maybe that's who's private writing his speeches.
It's kind of a dumb term though, civil war.
Yeah.
That's why
No,
she
we're
ain't
still
had
gonna
no job.
kill, but
We're
it's
civil. Civilly kill.
She only had one
We're
job.
not gonna
up
be.
She only had one job up there.
Exactly.
Bill had Monica. Trump had Omarosa.
Hey, that's probably why her gums were like that. Her mouth is so big. It's just always had nut smash. It's just fun
God.
to like.
Oh, jeez.
But thank you, Belle, for sitting in with us.
All right. Well, I'm
I love you. And
go
you know,
on and get out of here.
thank y'all. Are we
All
gonna
right.
bring in our guests? We are Lucid. Got Malia and Sam. Do 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 do. Man, we should play some of their music while they walk it in.
Oh, we gonna make that happen regardless.
Oh yeah, I really like it's just such a refreshing to have some music like this,
Yeah,
and
she
it's
got-
cool because they write their own music.
Nah, I peeped her lyrics and I was like, oh.
Yeah, like
I was,
hell,
I was
meaning.
like, I hear it. Yeah, I was like, it's all crystal clear and shit. I'm like, yeah, I hear the message. Mm-hmm.
We're like, and he does.
Mm-hmm.
A sports anchor. So, what'd you do this weekend?
What's up? What's up? What's happening, man?
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for coming in.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming in.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Hey.
Hi. How are you?
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
At Hot 60, we do live intros and everything. No
I
bullshit.
know. Hey,
You
these
know.
are busy people. They got things
Seriously.
to do.
Seriously, we
I
glad y'all
appreciate them coming on the podcast.
popped in on it.
Hey, we're so
appreciate you guys
excited to be
having
here.
us.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having us.
Yeah. You gonna have to squeeze in probably closer so you
Oh,
can
it's
be
all
in my
good.
shots.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on in.
So, what's good, y'all? Where y'all coming from?
Oh, right now?
Atlanta traffic or
Yeah, we had a table reading for a friend of ours who's writing a book.
Oh, the microphone.
Oh, we
Oh, behind you.
we had a table reading. Hey.
Table reading.
Yeah, my friend's putting out. Well, he's writing a graphic novel that he's turning into a movie eventually. So he wanted to get some feedback on his script. So.
Oh, that's so
Oh, nice.
dope.
Yeah,
What's it about?
yeah.
Who's in
Yeah,
it?
yeah. We gonna
Honestly,
let's go in on it right now. This is Hot 60. We random.
it was great. It was great feedback because I'm actually writing a graphic novel myself.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna just be real with you. His
Yeah.
feedback, a lot of people didn't know how to follow the story right away. So
Okay.
that was one thing that I noticed for myself. It seemed like it was about a warrior named Black Dot that can time travel, that is trying to take down this group of like almost like vampire type.
Wow.
It's like Federation. That's what they
Right.
call the Federation.
Gotcha.
And
This
there's
is
so
super-
many like metaphors. It's like based off of real mythology and stuff. So it's very
Yeah.
it was interesting, but it was hard to follow. I'll tell you that.
See,
But-
did y'all mess
That's
around
so
and hit
good.
a blunt before you go
Uh-oh,
there? It was
yeah.
I
like
mean,
lost in
every
space.
time.
Yeah.
Love it.
And he had me reading one of the parts too.
Oh,
He
for
had me
real?
reading, yeah. So I was like, which is another reason. I'm like, I'm high. I'm trying to follow along. But I think it's interesting. I think it's gonna be dope for the culture of what he's trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So I think power to that man. Shout out to Trey.
That's
Right.
That's
And
what's
And
up,
what
man.
can we know what your book's about? please?
Mine
Yeah.
actually, it's another complicated one, but it's basically about a young entertainer who tries to deal with childhood trauma through lucid dreaming and art therapy.
Whoa.
And it has a lot to do with mental health awareness, and it brings in a lot of hip hop culture into it. So trying to do something different, bringing that hip hop
Sounds
and mental
cool.
health awareness together, and yeah, definitely. So when we get that out there, I'll definitely shoot it over to you guys.
You heard
Oh,
that
yeah.
Netflix? Did you hear that?
You
Yes,
have an
yes,
audio
Netflix
book
show.
or like a?
We're
I'm just
aiming
playing.
right. Could you imagine?
No, I haven't read a book in a long time, so I definitely take my time to read
I
that.
feel bad. I've been working on a porn script. lately.
Damn, I
Hell
haven't
no.
been
Hey,
no side language
you know,
this
that's-
whole time. I forgot.
Art is art, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta
Yeah.
Hey.
get it
Teenage
somehow.
Mutant Ninja Turtles
Whatever speaks to you.
going in on April O'Neil. You feel me? No.
I see it.
I
I
was
see
just
it now.
bullshitting.
Hey, that would go viral. That's viral. You trying to go viral, you know what I'm saying?
Somewhere, somebody's there.
And note taken.
But let's talk about the music though, because
All
I
right.
really appreciated the lyrics and the music I heard early today. I was like, oh, excuse me, wait a minute,
Yes.
what's going on?
Dope. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
How long y'all been getting it going now? How long you been doing the music?
We've been doing music since like 2010 together.
That's
At least
awesome.
we've both been doing music our whole lives, but
Right.
we first formed our group and had a different name, and you know what I'm saying. We
Yeah.
worked through the process, and eventually we became We Are Lucid, and
I like that name.
it's very much says a lot about us and what our message is to and through our music. So it's really
Yeah,
important.
your
to us.
message is super deep.
Yeah.
I like what you said. You said, what you said? POSITRAP.
POSITRAP.
Yeah,
That was
POSITRAP.
dope. I
I was
really
like, she needs to
appreciate it. Yeah,
coin that.
that's
If
dope.
somebody
That's
hasn't
dope.
coined that, you need to coin that.
Yeah, that's super dope, super dope. But yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we just try to talk about anything that we feel like really helps us live that on that higher vibration, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And I see
exactly.
a lot
Lucid.
of couples too that are, well, at least like try to work their music into their, stuff.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that we're really focused on too, is trying to, I don't know, as a couple, there's only so many ways that you can work through your problems, right? So
Right.
for us, instead of like going through all these like deep
Right.
fights and all this stuff, battling out, we're like,
Yeah.
how can
Yeah.
we utilize this through art? Since we both dance, we both do music, we both like to write and everything. So we're like, okay, this is a good way for us to work through our problems. It's through music. And instead of, most couples, I feel like will never experience that, but we got to try it out. So
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Don't mind me, I'm just doing the American Sign
I see
Language.
you over there.
Sounds-
Yeah, I saw
You know, American Sign Language was my language in high school. I had a really progressive
Isn't
high
that
school.
ridiculous?
I don't
I'm
know
sorry to
that.
I don't
interrupt
remember.
y'all, but you
No,
heard
you're
about that,
good.
right?
I knew-
The fake sign language?
No, I didn't
No.
hear about that.
They've been doing
What?
fake sign
Do
language.
y'all
in the
ever have
news.
like
Oh heck no!
major like?
I was like, I really thought she was.
Y'all ever
That's
have
how
like
much I remember.
major Ike and
Look,
Tina
I was
moments
following.
in the studio where you're like, that shit sucks.
Where
You
it
guys
gets
ever get
tough.
on each other like that?
Yeah.
You're
Oh, we
just
go
like,
at each other? Oh,
I mean, you
my
can ask.
God.
You're like,
Sam
I don't like
Cope
these
how it
bars.
goes.
No,
So-
Yeah.
Cope has to really do with it.
He really did.
Okay,
He
okay.
really
Can I
did.
add some things to my petty Bible? What's the pettiest thing you've ever done to each other?
Ooh,
Oh my
it gets
gosh.
super.
The
super,
pettiest.
Super,
without
super.
without getting into a fight here.
Yeah, rehashing old shit. Why you bringing up
I
old
know.
shit?
Right, like, damn, you gotta go
What's
there?
the most recent pettiest like that you could laugh about?
Yeah,
Shit.
it can be funny. Yeah, you
Okay.
can be funny about it.
Yeah.
Can you give
we
us an
talk
example
about,
so I
can
can
we talk
see
about
it?
the leg or no? Do you not want to talk about it?
Go ahead. I did see
Okay.
it. Like, go ahead.
It's hot.
I'm
You
gonna
like it
spoil.
uncut on Hot 60.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
Sammy, and we with a disclaimer that Sammy really
Exactly.
could, and hopefully praying to God, thank you to the audience to send us all your positive vibes for his health.
Okay, let's go ahead.
But Sammy often has things that he's like a little bit of a hypochondriac. You know what I'm saying? So he's always got like a new thing that's like an issue. So I tend to really be petty about it, and so I
The
will.
doctor can tell me tomorrow when that's something wrong with me. And she is
So every
yeah.
time that he will bring up like a new illness, you know what I'm saying, I pretty much will just like have the worst reaction. I'll be like, oh no, like I think this is the one. It's the one that's gonna kill you. Like this is the one.
Damn.
You know, because he
My
just
God.
always is. It's very, you know.
I
what
can
I'm saying,
just
be-
talk to a doctor. Literally, I
But-
just talked to a
It be
doctor.
your own
You like have a
spouse.
diagnosis
So
and
that's
she's
petty.
like,
That's my
Yeah,
petty
yes, it is.
moment when.
She's like,
30
"You're
days
crazy.
to live.
You're
I
crazy."
mean, and like I said, you know, I love you, baby. I care about you. I
Oh,
really
man.
do.
It's but you're really in
So
denial.
I'm kind of I get petty with
Oh,
it
that's
because
petty. Yes.
he do.
Oh
he do.
my gosh.
Okay, what do you do to me?
What about you, brother?
You're petty.
Come on with it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I make fun of your compression socks for his like.
Wow.
Okay.
That's not even petty. That's just
Hot
making fun.
60. Wait, what?
It's
What
like,
do you-
okay, I make fun of him a
Savage.
lot.
Savage.
basically.
What do you-
21 Savage.
What do you do?
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
We are
Okay, he
pretty
dance
petty.
battles me when I'm trying to clean.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
so
yeah.
fucking petty.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
then we put
You
this
what?
in the
I
past.
battle rap her a lot,
He will
too.
battle rap me while I'm trying to
But
clean
not like
or do
I'm
something.
serious. Like I just am annoying her.
Yeah, he'll just
Like-
come in my face and dance battle me at the
I
same
love
time.
that
Oh,
shit.
that's
Like
awesome.
while she's putting her makeup
I'll
on,
try to do
that
something,
hour that
whatever
it
I'm
took
trying to
her.
do.
Can you not resist? Are you like, I must the dance battle?
No,
yeah.
she hates it.
No, I'm like,
I like that.
please let me do my.
That's not even
eyeliner.
petty. That's just
That's like artistic,
Yeah,
a new way to
yeah.
like take the
to let her know, like
that's
to let
artistic
your
activation.
to let your girl know, like, look, you're taking a long fucking time.
Right.
It is
Time to
petty
go.
because he knows it
So
pisses
now I
you
gotta
off.
start
I'm like,
pop
yo,
locking
that's
and shit.
Well, my
Like-
eyeliner just be looking pretty, you know, it gets fucked
Yeah,
up.
eyeliner is.
That's a good one, fellas. When your girl start taking forever to get ready and shit, just walk in on her mirror session, start pop locking and shit.
Or battle rap
Start
her.
singing, just like, yeah.
That's amazing.
Right.
That is amazing.
Oh man.
Yeah.
so he pop like. Oh, sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, that's what I'm saying. So that's keeping it like G-rated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're together for almost like what 10 years.
11 almost.
Yeah, I
but
guess
it's fine.
there's petty
We're not gonna
times.
talk about the night you slapped the eyeball out your man. Don't worry.
Oh no. No. Oh, can I talk about the time that she did her own self?
What? Okay.
she's like,
no.
No, since we talk about.
Why are you
Hot
throwing
60,
me?
let's
Why
do
are
it.
you driving the
'Cause this
bus?
could
We
be
were
petty.
not supposed to go this way.
No, because this could be petty
Driving the
right now.
bus.
Because I'm gonna get
Yeah,
you
petty hour. Let's do it.
Okay, well, this is the petty Bible.
Because most couples, you're like, oh yeah, he, she did this, they did that. Well, Mel woke up in the middle of the night, and she goes to the bathroom. And this is my fault. I'm gonna tell you about
Oh
that.
my god.
She goes to the bathroom,
I can't.
and she comes back from the bathroom. It's really dark. We live in a really, our place gets really dark at night. Let's just say that. So she
Right.
couldn't say anything. So she went back to pick up the blanket off the ground, and when she nails down, I guess the bed, our 8-foot bed, has moved 2 inches or something. Because she went down and she smacked her head so hard that she almost, I'm not going to say she almost, that she came up and all I hear was a scream. I'm like, oh my God, what happened? And I look around and Mel's walking away. I'm like, baby, where are you going? I come out, she literally almost gave herself a concussion. I swear to, I'm not even lying, almost gave herself
So,
a concussion.
yeah.
You had a fat ass knot on your head.
No, but it's like a cry wolf type of situation. Cause
this
the thing
sounds
that you
like a very plotted out scripted.
I moved the bed.
Just
I'm
playing.
telling. No, for how
That's
she
what
recalls it, she said,
happened on the
if you
night
see how
that
big our bed is,
Right,
it's,
right.
oh my gosh, yeah.
No, yeah.
So that was a night that I was terrified. That
Yeah,
was the only. I was
I woke
terrified.
you up
Oh,
screaming.
you were.
Damn.
I don't know why, you know what I'm saying, you're driving the bus today, but
Hey,
just go
you
ahead
know,
and throw my
pettiness, drive the bus.
But
So
you
all
could
the
get
same
back
ones.
in the driver's seat. We the
I
most
can. We have
pettiest,
time.
aren't
We have time.
And
We
this
the most
story is so
pettiest.
interesting. I'm losing my train of.
Right.
I'm like, y'all keep going with this. Like,
I know.
I'm already
It's like,
interested. Damn. Yeah. I had a plot and shit.
And I
Or
lost
we
it.
could, if y'all
It's the
want to
plot
stop, we
thickens.
can stop.
No,
'Cause I-
please.
It's a plot thickness.
Right, we're just gonna let them roll. We just, let them start the argument after
Damn,
the show.
start the
You
new
know
year
what
out. I'm like, they're positive. And the
Meanwhile-
rest-
That's what you do. You put the
No.
positivity in the music.
Yes, and the pettiness in the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? To be able to sit here and laugh and be together, and that's
No, we
real.
love it.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
no, we have a good time. Yeah, no, that was crazy though. I mean, I don't know. I had a moment where.
So who hollered at who when y'all first met?
Yes.
What? I hollered at you, I think, right?
I mean, sort of. Yeah. You
You
tried to
told me-
holler at me that one. Okay, so go ahead and tell them about the
Tell
night.
the truth. See, girls always know
So,
the truth
That's
anyway.
why I don't even want to say
Yeah,
it.
he
I was
ain't got
like,
nothing. So
what
he
you
ain't got
saying?
no
You saying-
story. What's the
She
story?
probably
Right.
was eyeing him already, like, yeah.
So he saw me once. We were like both, you know, drinking at a party or something. He saw me. He says he saw me at the party and he thought I was cute, but I didn't see him at the party because I was pretty drunk. So I don't remember that. But then I had my roommate at the time, and they were like, you know, working together once a week at this dance gig, and so she was like, "You guys are both 17. You're both really young. You know, we had just moved out to LA back then, and not a lot of people were that age. You know, they were all like in their 20s and
Right,
you know, a
right,
little bit
right.
more adult. And so she was like, "I think you guys would, you know, get along." So she invited him over one night with his friend, and we just hung out and like talked all night. And
She thought I was super weird.
I kind of thought he was weird because he would ask me questions
I
that
asked her
I
what her
wasn't
favorite
used
color
to
was,
guys
and she thought I was
asking
weird.
me.
You get that's you know when
Guys
you
don't
deep
always-
like that at 17, you're like, what is your favorite color? What? Oh,
He
you
was
like
asking
beige?
me
That's
really
how you-
cute questions, but at the time I didn't really know because I was
You're
just used to
like,
guys being jerks, you know.
Yeah.
But it's funny, she is right. Like I met her at a party when I first moved out to LA. It was maybe like 6 months before she moved out there, and I saw like she has like one of these personalities that if she walked into a party, like you know Mel's there. Like she's like talking at everybody. She's
right,
like
you could tell. She's
very
beautiful,
social.
vibrant.
Yeah. She's like she isn't afraid to talk to anybody. And like I thought that was super hot right away, so I was like looking at her and everything, but like I never spoke to her at the party because I was super messed up, and she was like, we were kind of, you know, everybody had drinks.
You didn't want to ruin it.
That was my first like LA party, so I'm
Yeah,
like,
you're fucked up.
I was like, man, I can't even do it.
The first LA party day.
You wanted to say something, you just.
But no, it's even like more like so that like you know how when people like you know how you ever met like a girl that's like super confident kind of throws you off. Like
yeah.
if you walk up to her
If
like
you super fine, you'll make me shy.
right.
I'll be like,
And it was like that confidence. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, she's gonna throw me off. Like I don't know how to approach this. But then 6 months later, sure enough, her friend tries to like hook me up with her, and I saw her actually.
Lucky for you.
I saw her in a car.
oh,
with
so you
her
need
friend.
the alley oop? You had to have the friend alley oop?
She did. The friend alley, and we ain't even cool with her no more. So shout out to Kirsten. you know.
Alright.
Well, that's how it usually goes.
Yeah.
She probably
you know.
hated on it like, damn.
Yeah.
they ain't nothing.
She's like, damn, they're still together. Yeah. No, you know how people.
Some people do them
apart.
fake hookups. You know, they wanted to crash. Like, yeah, go on, talk to
They
her.
probably didn't think it was
Oh,
real.
right.
Right.
And the shit
Right.
get real, and the friend gets booted, and they're like,
Yes.
Like that me the scent. Hey, come on! That
Yeah,
made me
exactly.
Sandlot. That
Right.
shit was funny.
shout out to Derillo.
I know.
Hey.
Wherever he's at, still waiting on him to get back to us.
Yeah, man. Yeah, right. We got the hot 60 take. Hey, dog, I'm gonna be there.
You know he started back smoking Friday. This nigga probably too hot to even drive anywhere right now.
It's all good, man. So what made y'all like, you know, just go all in with the music? When y'all just was it when y'all 17 when y'all met back then? Y'all like, look, we about to make this happen.
No, we were actually dancing back then, so we weren't even really like. We both knew we did music, but I think my story, as far as like what took me a little bit longer to get like really make that step into wanting like to write music, it's a little bit different for hers. But like we probably recognized it at the same time. Like okay, there's only so long that you could be, you know, a backup dancer. Like you could be behind the artist, and we knew. And I know she knew the whole time that we wanted to be the artist. So, you know, it kind of does something to you, like, you know, you're
So,
psyche
like-
for a little bit. You're like, okay, I'm behind this person, but I'm trying to be up there where they're at. And I
Right.
could be
So
right
at
in it.
17, 10 years ago, who would have been your dream to be like, I'm a backup dancer for this group?
Good question.
Well, we both, I mean, had the opportunity to dance, I think, realize some of those dreams, like, throughout our career at that time and that age. I mean, I know when I was 21 and 22, I got to dance Kanye West and Ludacris. And
oh, wow.
At Coachella,
I got to dance in Cirque du Soleil and on commercials for different big
my
companies.
first job was Rhianna when I moved out to LA from St. Louis. So, but if I could, I mean, anybody.
Did you touch her?
Oh yeah, I got to touch her on.
He lifted her by the booty.
We got hot 60 guests who touched Rhianna.
A picture of him.
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think at first we just were dancing. We met each other through the dance, and we, like he said, I knew I wanted to be an artist since a kid. I was always in, choir, and I was always singing, working with voice coach, and I always liked to write. And then I think when we got together, that was when it kind of changed my writing to like try to start rapping and doing more just like hip hop, where before maybe I was doing R&B and pop and alternative, and that was more of the influence that I was kind of growing up with, whereas I still had that hip hop that I listened to. I started to now change my cadences and do rhythms differently and try to approach it in a different way.
And your voice is good too.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, I can tell you. Definitely.
We gotta play something. Can we? Who got the ability?
Well, I think Coke. I have it, but I have the new
Coke,
iPhone.
can you hook it up, man?
But he said he got it up.
So what song we gonna?
We're gonna play Up, Up and Away. He said first. Okay.
Damn, like he's so like. Don't you love this guy?
This is like my favorite person.
You still after him?
Right. Hey.
He's a good. He knows.
Good dude. Good dude.
I got a question for y'all after this next song. It's gonna be stupid as hell.
All good. That's what we're here for.
Yes.
I gotta know.
Listen, we got stupid already.
But that's what it's not stupid on House. It's just real. Like we just try to be real life. We don't have time to like.
Yeah. We know y'all a great looking couple, and
I know.
We know it gets real too. It gets gritty.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, when you're on the road for months at a time and you come home and the cleaning people move the bed a little bit, like, and you go, and you go to pick up your comforter off the ground. See, perfect example. I was like, boo, that happens. That's a real life experience. Now, in the moment, he was traumatized. Don't let him fool you. He cried, okay? He cried like a baby. He knew.
Okay,
so scared. Oh my God, baby,
you did the whole. You held her.
I was like, I'm fine.
It was a movie. I was like, no,
but it wasn't.
No.
It really was. So look, and he tried to laugh it off now.
We about to put on Up and Away by We Are Lucid. Let's listen to this.
Check it out.
Yeah. Okay.
The Phoenix. Out here on our own, going up and away. Out here on our own, we do not care what people say. Out here on our own, someone's always gonna hate. That's okay, cause you know we be up and away. Out here on our own, going up and away. Out here on our own, we do not care what people say. Out here on our own, someone's always gonna hate. That's okay, cause you know we be up and away. Out here on our own, going up and away. Out here on our own, going up and away. Out here on our own, going up and away. Out here on our own, going up and away. Yeah, now that's my number 2. He grabbed that pencil, press that issue, then he bust a move. He never stepping no direction, you should see the view. Yeah, up and away, we feel so comfortable.
Yeah, picture me painting the picture with purpose. I picture just like I'm the Rocky. I'm Roger, I'm all in my pocket. I'm popping, I'm coining these phrases. I hope you can catch what I'm saying. I'm super, yes, I am a saying. I'm playing while slaying these dragons. I'm praying I get out the madness. I capture that fire, then break it down. I'm burning like this in Jamaica now. Look all the moves I am making now. Lost in the trance when I see the sound. Remember the name when you hear the cloud. Lord, I just wanna make mama proud. Lord, I just wanna make grandma proud. Yes, I'ma change, I'ma do it now. They told me that power was in it now. Wait, I can't even see the ground. Waving goodbye as I leave the town. I'm going. Looking for a destination. This world is ours for the taking. I just wanna live my life good. You just wanna be the greatest.
Out here on our own, going up and away. Out here on our own, we do not care what people say. Out here on our own, someone's always gonna hate. That's okay, cause you know we be up and away. Out here on our own, going up and away. Out here on our own, we do not care what people say. Out here on our own, someone's always gonna hate. That's okay, cause you know we be up and away.
Lies are black and white. This is why I write, this is why I fight. No, this can't be life. Look, I know this can't be right. Why am I afraid? I won't run away, warriors of light, all of us unite. Fuck the media, don't believe the hype, we will not divide. We the human race, fuck the paper chase, you know we survive. Only chase your dreams, this ain't what it seems, but we getting by. Living in the sky, spread your wings and fly. Thank God that you alive. Boy, I put my heart in this shit, yeah. That is as hard as it gets, yeah. Watch as I put on the wrist, yeah. Watch as I put on the wrist, yeah. Should I be calling it quits, yeah. Fed up, keep your head up. Watch as they try to match with, yeah. They cannot do it like this.
Out here on our own, going up and away. Out here on our own, we do not care what people say. Out here on our own, someone's always gonna hate. That's okay, cause you know we be up and away. Out here on our own, going up and away. Out here on our own, we do not care what people say. Out here on our own, someone's always gonna hate. That's okay, cause you know we be up and away. Out here on our own, going up and away. Out here on our own, going up and away. Out here on our own, going up and away.
Up and away.
Going up and away.
Yo, that's what to be my slogan for 2018. Like, up and away, niggas.
Right?
Out of
I
here.
feel you.
That's a
That's
daily.
what's up. Thank you.
It's a daily thing, though. You know what I
It
mean?
really is.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I like that. I like that.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Sounded crispy.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you to Cope.
Who recorded that?
That's the
Mr.
dude right
Cope.
there.
Shout
Mr.
out to
Cope.
Cope.
Hey,
Yes.
yes.
Unrecognized, most recognizable motherfucker in Atlanta. Everywhere we
Right.
go, Cope knows somebody. I don't
Yes.
care where we go. We could be at the damn welfare office.
Yeah.
Hey, Cope! You
Right.
still doing music, bro?
Right,
That's
right.
awesome. Yeah, dude.
Oh, no, Cope.
He came highly recommended, and we've
Nah.
been happy with him, so we appreciate
I mean,
everything
yeah,
he
like,
does.
since we've been here, like
I
almost
said the
3
same
years.
thing.
Right. You're like, yeah, me too. That's funny.
He was highly recommended as well.
Right.
And what was that label you had for the music? What was the name of it? You said something trap.
He said
Oh,
POSITRAP.
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 Yeah, like POSITRAP almost.
Yeah, I
POSITRAP.
get it. I like that.
I love
Yeah.
that.
You know,
I love that. Yeah, you
I
know.
did
I
make
was
it up,
getting
I
that
think.
vibe. I was
You did?
listening
As
to
I
far
ain't
as
never
I
heard it,
know,
so
I
I
made it
believe you.
up.
I
I get
believe
it.
you.
I get
Yeah,
it.
well,
Yeah.
y'all can have it.
Hey, we'll take it.
Coin that.
We're gonna coin that.
Oh man.
Yeah,
so,
we try to keep it nice.
POSITRAP.
y'all got like an album coming out pretty soon, or you just dropping lots of different singles, letting it fly out?
Yeah, we've kind of just been letting the content come out as it
Okay.
does. But you know, we have already like so many songs out that probably could have been an album. Maybe they should have been, but
We dropped like
we
a
just-
five-song mixtape
I
like
got
2
you.
years ago.
yeah.
Like, you guys are going with the times. I understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just like
Man.
to, you know, share what we're working on with, like, and hope to gain, you know, more
Yeah.
audience and people that are interested in what we're doing, and so.
Cool. Do you perform, like, if somebody wanted to book you?
Yes, absolutely. You can book us. We are lucidmusic@gmail.com. You can find us on any of our platforms. Instagram, Facebook is We Are Lucid Music. Any of the YouTube is We Are Lucid. You can find us. Our channel is YouTube / We Are Lucid. So please check us out and show us the love. SoundCloud, We Are Lucid Music.
Okay, I got that right here. We are Lucid. So let me ask you a Barbara Walters question.
Yes, absolutely.
It's probably was.
How do you respond to groupie love?
Ooh.
Groupie love. Ooh.
Groupie love, like towards
Both of you,
Both of
because I
us?
know bitches, probably bitches and dudes
You
be
know,
after you.
yeah.
Maybe dudes and females.
Atlanta, you never know.
Right,
Mhm,
right.
crazy.
But I mean, how do you respond to it? Because
Mm-hmm.
I know some of it you got to kind of play along with. Like, you don't want to be rude. Like,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're both at a point in our relationship. We've been together for so long, and we've been doing, you know, stuff with artists and been in front and right behind that line where
orgies
we've
and stuff.
where we watched
Exactly,
it and we've been a part of it or
of
whatever,
course.
and so
Right.
we've always had a really strong connection in our relationship, and you know, it's something that I think you got to keep openness about. So if it's something that you know, you always show love to your groupies, and as long as they don't cross a line,
Yeah.
and if there is a line that's crossed, then you talk about it. and move
Right.
on. That's
Right.
I think that's the best way you can do it.
There's no ultimate line crossing.
And if the
Right.
line is a line you wanted to be crossed, you know, you cross
Right.
it together. That's all.
I mean,
you do.
and I feel like it just
I
depends
feel
too.
you. I
Right.
mean, oh, would do in there?
Like, look,
You know there's
I'm gonna
levels
eat
to
your
I have a
ass,
couple people I
and
wanted
I'm
to
just
try
trying to watch.
Exactly. There you
What
go.
are we trying to?
And you know, there's so many levels to this groupie love. Like,
Right.
as a backup dancer,
She
like
for
I mean,
everybody.
she already knows. Like we
Yeah,
get
fan
love as
pages,
backup
yeah.
dancers,
Yeah.
but to be the artist, like let's say tomorrow, Up and Away took off.
Right.
We haven't been in that position, but I feel like as far as how we've seen other artists act in that position, we've been able to learn through other people's mistakes, being in the industry so long. Be like, oh, that's definitely not what you want to do with
Right.
that type of situation. And
Yeah.
again, it's just so respecting your partner, having boundaries, like she said. But again, like I feel like again, even as a backup dancer, you're gonna have like fans. Like there's still people that hit me up from like.
You gotta
tours
love
I've
your
done.
fans, though. You know what I'm saying? Because the
Oh,
fans
yeah.
are the ones that do it. So
Exactly,
as long as
hey.
you guys are feeling our music,
If
you know
you
what I'm
in the
saying? I got you. I feel it.
Yeah.
You know, I get you. I got you.
Well, let me
Hey,
ask a
we know the
crazy
industry
question.
Well, like, what if you were offered, hey? No, you can ask the question. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask. So you know, I know you worked for Rhianna in the past and stuff. So like, would you take that L for the team? Like, if Rihanna's like, look, need that dick. Are you gonna like, you know what I mean? Like, because a lot of people don't know about my
But this is
position
a-
until that real superstar is
This is a
like,
trick question.
I
now,
need
though.
that dick. And you're
Yeah.
like,
What
This
if
is a
you're
trick
drunk?
question. Is
So,
it
huh?
what age am I? Is this present time or is this when I danced with Rihanna?
well, you're probably a young guy back then. So
Time
let's talk
travel.
present.
Time
Let's talk.
travel.
Oh,
Yes.
that's I plead the fifth on that one. I feel like me and Belle have such a good relationship. I probably would text her like, look, Rihanna is look.
Can I do this?
I'd be
Rihanna's
like,
throwing
get the-
this.
Get the
Rihanna
bag.
is throwing
Get
this.
the bag.
Right.
No, I'm kidding.
How much money?
You're right.
This quick hall
Exactly.
Bring
Like,
a ring
I'm
home.
playing.
Can I get this quick hall
Grab
pass?
me some
earrings.
shoes on the way out.
Y'all heard.
Hall
I'm
pass for
fucking
hall
playing.
pass.
No,
Right,
it's
right.
not
Hall pass
okay.
for hall pass.
No, your relationship should be sacred. Young women out there, don't let men treat you like that. You deserve the best.
You hear that?
yes.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I agree
Yes.
too. Just make sure you ask your partner first.
Unless you're single.
Unless you're single, they ain't no thing. Like if I'm single and Rihanna throws it, obviously there's
Hey,
no question.
do whatever you want to do.
Oh yeah.
In the rinse,
I mean,
dude.
there's no question. There ain't no question for her.
Wow, wow,
But you
wow.
didn't ask Mel. You didn't ask her.
Oh yeah.
Same position. If
Yeah.
Rihanna threw it at you,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
So would you be okay with it?
can I watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
Oh,
Like
man.
Maybe FaceTime. or
Rihanna,
something.
shout out to Rihanna for that.
Yeah,
You know
hit me
Oh,
up.
man.
Maybe like on FaceTime or something. You'll FaceTime him when it happens or something like that.
what I'm saying? Right. As
Y'all
long as
are
you can get
crazy.
video or something,
Y'all
video,
are crazy.
a Snapchat. Let me get this footage.
So you're from Los Angeles, California.
We are not originally. We don't hail from Los Angeles, but we did live out there for
Okay.
a long time. I grew up in the Twin Cities in Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota.
Hey.
Sammy,
And I grew up in St. Louis.
in St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
Shout out to Ferguson.
Nice.
That's,
Um,
Yes,
and y'all
ma'am.
are together.
Yeah,
I'm just
we met-
playing.
right. We met.
It's been
Yeah,
a while. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, after this,
I never
podcast,
felt like
you
I
never know.
fit in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to Minnesota, but
What is there?
it's just it's cool. You know what I'm saying? There's great schools and there's great like lakes
And cold.
and great
Cold.
snow.
Fucking cold.
But yeah, it wasn't somewhere that really and Prince. But other than that, it didn't really speak to me. So I went to LA at a young age to pursue more culture of my music and things and passions. that I
That's
love.
what's up.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I
What about
like
you,
this.
sir?
I like
St. Louis is where I'm from. All my well, most of my family's still there. We go back there often actually, but it was something that I needed at a young age to get out of because of the lifestyle that I was into. And
Right.
Again, even being a young kid and smoking, let's talk about weed. Like smoking weed at
He's
a
out
young
there
age.
thugging, huh?
Yeah.
Well, as you grow up, you realize, like, was I really thugging? Because, I mean, it's thugging in the streets, but, like, I'm thugging medicine. Like, in California, we learned that, people are taking this for back pain. How many
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
how many people,
Cannabis culture
in
has
the
changed
hood
so
that are
much.
smoking right now for, like, hey, I just need this to help me go to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
I need this to live, but
I need this because I have high stress levels. You don't know
Right,
what it's
right.
like to be me. So for me, like I had a lot of trouble growing up, so it was good for me to get out and go to California was the first place. And then when I realized that, oh, maybe I'm not such a bad person for smoking weed. And
Exactly.
I'm out here, people are out here medicating off
I
this.
know
and
it's crazy how
I was
they
like,
try
this
to
is
make
a-
you feel like.
First, I mean, that's the main reason for me. Everybody in my family smokes, so I always try to tell
You're so
them like.
lucky.
Right.
My mama smoked. I mean, everybody but my grandma. Shout out my grandma. I'm sorry, babe. But,
Mhm.
you're the only one. You're the only one. But
She probably did on the low.
right. Hey,
She
you
did
never
on the
know.
low.
She needs to. I'll tell you that.
I be trying to find her edibles, but you know.
Christmas coming up, so Christmas coming up. It's gonna
Those
be
Christmas
And
edibles.
there's gonna be
times
10 of us in their house.
Yeah,
Oh,
St.
really?
Louis be a zoo when we go out there.
When we go and everybody's there at once, it's wild.
and
So,
everybody there smokes.
Mo-
Yeah, pretty much
everybody but
except
the
for like
grandma.
the baby. Yeah. You know.
But the baby,
Baby
and the
rolling
animals.
up. and
He's
shit,
like, just
breaking
put it in
down.
my humidifier.
Right.
Although
Oh,
I will
man.
say, speaking of cannabis, I have a friend who their son was diagnosed with cancer when he was 18 months old, and the cannabis treatment was actually like what helped him go back into remission. So
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's so ridiculous. It's just like, come on, man.
yeah,
Like, really? You
2018.
Yeah.
Hey, but at least, I mean, how do you guys feel about it being decriminalized, right, in Georgia?
Yeah,
Well,
in
is it just in
Atlanta, it's
Atlanta? Or?
decriminalized.
No, it's just Atlanta.
Okay.
Just in
I
I mean,
don't
it's a
trust
step
it.
in the right direction,
I don't
right?
trust it.
Right.
I don't trust that shit. It's all tricky and shit.
Yeah,
Right.
it is.
You drive a couple blocks over, you're in another county and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That's,
But I was
yeah.
just
Yeah.
right here.
I knew as soon as that shit changed over, all my friends like, nigga, I'm smoking and drinking right now, nigga. Right down the street. I'm like,
I'm
bruh.
right in front of the
This
police
shit is
station.
right. Oh,
Right.
this shit is not
No,
changed,
no.
man. Like,
I feel you.
stick to the script.
I feel,
Like,
that's
Stick
the
to
only
script.
like I love Atlanta. I really do. Since we lived here, we've like I feel like we've learned so much, and we've got like we picked so much up about the culture. Something that you can't get in anywhere else but in Atlanta, right? But that's the only thing that I was like, I wish it would change so many people's lives
Right.
if it was recreational and medical out in Atlanta. Look at how many young brothers and sisters are locked up in jail for some petty ass weed crimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
I got my
ridiculous.
medical ID bracelet if I ever get
Yeah.
it.
Right, hey, CBD oils in my vape pen, sir.
Oh,
Legal
man.
here.
CBD.
Yes.
I love CBD.
Yeah, even if you don't want to get high, you can still use cannabis. Like, you
Definitely.
don't have to. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Mm.
I agree.
Hey, so question. Who came up with the name for the group?
I think it was. I mean, I don't know. Technically, you did. I think.
Yeah, I think I kind of did. I'm really heavy into lucid dreaming.
Both of us always.
And
had that.
and she's always been into lucid dreaming, especially ever since we started talking about it and really developing an understanding of what it is. And I guess we had our first name didn't really stick, so it was something that we both felt.
What was the first name? Something.
Broken pens and loose leaf.
Yeah, we are
Lucid
lucid.
all the way. Yeah.
You said lucid, probably. Definitely, I agree with
So
you.
question.
How about that?
Getting into lucid dreaming, like,
Water.
how long do you think you guys actually lucid dream for when you guys do it?
Oh, like
The actual seconds.
How long does it? How
Oh
long
my
does it
God.
feel like? Not to say how long.
feels
How long
like-
does it feel
could
like?
feel like hours sometimes.
I mean, I've had dreams where it could feel like a week in 7 minutes.
Whoa.
You could wake up from a dream and not be lucid dreaming and then go back to sleep. Like, you know, if you're waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and go back to sleep. I've waken up from a dream and then go back to sleep. Or I've waken up and not really realized what I was dreaming about and then gone back to sleep and woke up 7 minutes later and feel like I've had like an entire week's worth of dream.
Whoa.
Like I
Crazy.
lived like a week inside of that dream. Yeah, for sure.
Now,
What exactly is lucid dreaming? Where you control your dream?
Well, other people would say it's just like being conscious while you're dreaming. So like if you're aware, like even if you wake up from a dream and you could you remember the details from your dream, technically you're lucid dreaming.
That's awesome.
But I mean,
That's
there's
what I
people that
thought,
develop practice that can really control that.
Okay, that's what I
they can-
thought.
They can create whatever reality they want. It's pretty cool.
That's really dope.
I think
so
that's
I could
like
be like,
where the message comes from. Definitely, it's just kind of knowing that with the tools that you have at your disposal, we can all create whatever life that we want for
Actually,
ourselves.
I can
That's
actually
really
agree
dope.
to that because I used to be an athlete. I remember like the night before games, I played basketball. I could like picture like a lot of stuff, and then like I would literally go out the next time and next day
Would
and
you
do
do
it.
it? You know what that? You know what
I
that's
would
called?
do like all of it too. Like,
That's called
So-
something specific. That will, at least if I correct me, some of those people out there correct me if I'm wrong, but it's called deja reve. So it's when you dream of something, like let's say you dreamed of like an exact play in basketball, right? And then you
Right.
executed the same day.
Yeah.
You had that vision. It was almost like a premonition. You
Right.
had that in your dream before.
Yeah, I used to
so
deal with that a lot.
that's
so,
amazing, actually. That's really cool.
yeah. So
I
was
had
just
a dream. I'm just playing.
Hey.
Oh,
Lucid
God.
dreamers anyway.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
those dreams that you have that like where you find money or something great happens and you wake up and you're in your old
Oh, you're like, what?
The one
pissy
I
bed.
hate-
No,
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
The one I hate is when you're always falling. I used to always have
Oh,
it
I hate
where I
those when
can't
you wake up
land.
and
I
your
just
heart
steady
is-
falling and falling. I'm like, what the fuck is
You
that
wake up
supposed
with
to
your
mean?
heart like on the alarm clock.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
You know what I think the worst one is? Should
What's
we
the
get there?
worst?
Should we want to go
Let's
deep?
go there.
When you get die.
Let's go there.
I feel like the worst one is when you see someone in your dreams that you know is dead, and then you wake up and have to remember again that they're dead again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
happens
yeah.
with
I'm
my
glad I
mom
haven't
a lot.
experienced that one.
That happens
Yeah.
with my mom a lot. Like I'll be
Woo.
like, oh.
Oh.
Because then you're just upset all over
But
again. You
some-
wake up upset because you kind of like got
Hey,
into
but
it.
Right.
piggybacking off that, some lucid dreamers feel like, and not to like freak anybody out, but when you make connection like that, like some people believe, like whether it's your consciousness, like creating that person, like your mother that's passed, or whether it's actually a spirit that's visiting you, you could actually, like, again, I tell her this all the time: have a lucid dream about your mom and have a conversation with her that you couldn't have anymore. Like that might be like that is therapy in itself. You know what I'm saying? So if you could utilize it in a positive note too. So.
But what if I'm an animal in that dream? You know what I'm
Uh-oh.
And you're
saying?
attacking your mom?
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's gonna make it really
Cat eyes.
complicated.
So we might have to like come up like with a dream analyst. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
somebody decode this for me.
This
Why
is-
was I an
Seriously.
animal?
Uh-oh.
Yo, shit, I've had some crazy
I
dreams.
was
I
a
woke,
cockroach.
we just went on a cruise, and I woke up in the middle of the night like freaked out. I don't know what happened. Remember?
That happens to me a lot.
I
Like
can't
I'll wake
stand
up
that.
screaming and I don't even know it. Like most people will be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm just over there like, like they'll be like, "What happened last night?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Right, what are you talking about?
But sometimes I'll remember and it feels like I always see some guy in a flannel shirt standing over me.
Oh no.
You having that dream
I
more than
will-
once?
Paul
Yeah, all this.
that's
and
lucid
I
dreaming
remember
right there.
waking up like that. I always have. That's a nightmare I have like a lot. That shit is scary as hell, man. I be waking up like I scream bloody murder. When that
Yeah.
happens. It's like people come in the room like.
That's
Yo.
what's so deep too about the ideas and like the kind of the theories behind like lucid dreaming and astral projection is that like, you know, maybe this plane isn't any more or less real than the plane that we're in when we're dreaming. So again, going back to the message of the group,
Deep.
just being able to
So how could I
You
beat
know.
this man up so he
If
won't
y'all
come
don't
back?
understand what the fuck everybody talking about right now,
Hey.
I just need you to go on YouTube and I'm just playing. Get
Go
hella
really,
high
you can.
and run through like, I don't know, 30 videos a night.
You're gonna have a great
And listen to their
time.
music.
Start off with quantum physics.
Go to sleep to their music tonight.
So I'm recording.
Yeah,
We'll talk
I love
after
it.
that.
Keep
Watch
it
Stranger
it.
Things.
Hey,
Right,
that's a
right.
good show. Hell yeah.
Smoke a blunt and go to sleep.
Right.
And you will feel so good.
Everybody already finished that after Stranger Things. That
Oh,
shit's
yeah.
crazy.
Stranger
Oh,
Things
man,
is
nah.
awesome.
I be swearing I'm in the upside down every now and then. Like,
Yeah, that's
there be
awesome.
dust in my living room. I'm like,
I'm feeling it.
So back to the music because I got to stay on the music
Yeah.
tip for you guys. Do y'all write together? Like ever just sit down and totally vibe together while the beat's going?
Oh,
and
yeah.
bounce off each other like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Or do you, some people, I don't know, they might step off to another room and look, I need my space,
Yeah.
and then come back and kind of challenge each other.
I think we do everything.
I think
Do a little bit of
it's
everything,
probably
huh?
been
Yeah.
some combination of all, and then I think
Okay.
that reflects too in all of our songs. You know, like there's songs that Saint's not on, and there's songs that I'm not on, and there's songs we're both on, and there's songs
Yeah.
that we're go back and forth on the verse
Mhm.
or
Right.
whatever.
I'm picky with groups, but you guys sound cohesive together. Like you really
Thank
do
you.
bounce off each
Yeah.
other, and you do it without sounding corny too. That's very
that's what I'm saying.
It's very
like, it's not
important.
corny.
And y'all a
I
couple
feel-
too.
I
You know, a
feel
lot
you.
of couples is like, yeah, we together, we gonna
Yeah.
rock it out. And it's
Right.
like,
Ike
nah,
and Tina.
man, you
It ends
corny.
up like Ike and Tina in the end.
Yeah, nah, y'all.
It could have been too if we would have came out like trying to like go with the dance
Choreographed
route maybe
dance
or
moves.
like I mean, but
Ooh.
that's something that I would just keep
People
it real.
try
That's
to
something
ask
that
us, yeah.
we really, I mean, just put it out
Can
there.
y'all teach me how to dance? 'Cause I
Of
don't know how to
course.
dance for
Of
shit.
course.
Oh yeah,
I
we
got you.
can-
We have to do
do
a
it.
documentary.
Well, I
on
said, do you ever
this.
get in, like arguments and be like, man, look, I dance better than you. Shut your ass up.
No.
Yeah, right.
He is petty.
No, but that would be so funny. I wish. I wish.
He
No.
might
Wait,
do
excuse
something
me?
like that.
They call the
What?
cops.
Have I ever did you like that?
You might have.
No, you were dead.
I don't know, something like
The
that.
neighbors like call the cops. They're upstairs.
Right.
Upstairs. I think they're battle dancing.
Uh-oh.
Right, right. Fuck, like 6 hours of Africa Bambaataa. Like,
Yeah.
God damn.
Hey.
Damn.
So
It's just, you gotta use positive outlets.
Right,
for
right. Oh,
conflict,
yeah, no, I
you
feel
know?
it.
Hey, you know what
You
I'm saying? Some
stupid
people
as hell,
be, you know, some people they going toe to toe. We going, hey, we literally going toe to toe.
Oh,
We
man.
dancing on it, you know?
Moonwalking on them all.
Right, you know.
Moonwalking.
But yeah, no, to go back to what you were saying, I feel like it's something that I appreciate what you were saying about the music because it's something that's so important to us to sound organic
Yeah.
in hip hop. You know,
Yeah.
and it's not. Some people think like, oh, just because I'm this way or this is the type of person I am, I could get on the track and that's gonna resonate to everybody that listens to it. It's not. It does, that was something that we found that didn't happen right away for us, and we're still growing as artists. But we appreciate it, man. So that's one thing that we really.
So let me ask you this: have you ever like had a, or how many times maybe have you had a moment where you're all like just like fuck this shit, and then something just happens the day you feel like that?
Pretty much every time we go to the studio. And you can ask Cole about that one if you want to, because
Cole,
it's right there.
you want to get on this?
Oh,
He-
God.
She said every time we go to the studio.
We're music
I
first.
mean,
sir.
well, like, cause like it just to be like that, you know, it'll be something where at the last minute he'll feel some type of way about it, and it's just organic, like authentically. He just feels however he feels, or I feel how I feel,
Oh, here we go. Let's
and
be
things
petty. Let's
things
be
will
petty
change.
then.
We change what
Petty
we want to
Bible.
do, and so I think every
No,
time
she's
that
right.
we come to the music, we always find that we're ready to just like we're always at that breaking point. But I think
Yeah.
that's the point, is like to keep pushing through it and always get past it. So
Yeah,
That's
so
what's up.
sometimes I'll be like, look, I'll just say it.
the more we can break each other,
I ain't
down,
feeling
the
this
more
track
we build
today.
each other
We
up.
don't sound, I'll say
Right.
exactly what you say.
Right.
We do not sound organic together on this track. Not because of you, not because of me. It just ain't working. We can't go to the studio today.
Yeah.
And that'll be a conversation. You know, so we have them, but I feel like it's other people couldn't do that if they weren't in a relationship. You might be like, what the fuck you saying? Like,
Right,
oh,
right,
like,
right,
you're not
right.
organic, or you're not organic, or no, it's not this.
Right.
But we're like she might get like mad at me at first, and then, like we'll be like, okay.
It's not bad. I would get if something like, for instance, we get I might be
She'd
disappointed.
be really
but-
excited to do the song.
But yeah, no. But I think more importantly too, just at every turn, we feel like the music needs to keep getting better. So I feel like we always come back to this moment where we're like, it's not what we want,
Right.
and that's where you're
But-
always ready to give up, and that's always what you have to push through. So
Yeah.
to all those other people out there that have that same struggle with what they do, you know, just keep pushing.
Well, you guys come perform. We're gonna do an anniversary special. Y'all come perform.
Yes,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
love to. That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We would love to do that.
That's
We'd
what's
be
up.
honored to do that.
I'm trying to find a dope spot and everything. We about to, I guess we moving from here too into a better spot soon.
Wow.
2018.
Hey, 2018.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Shout out to Digital
Bigger and better
Mass, man.
things,
They
for
want to do
real.
bigger and better things for the podcast, man.
Yes,
We about to
that's
go
dope.
crazy with Digital Mass.
For
That's
real,
what's
for
up.
real.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's just
yeah.
the beginning.
Congratulations
Yeah.
to you guys.
Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure.
We coming up on our year though. That's crazy.
I know, it's been
It's
rocking.
been a year?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That
We're
is
so
amazing.
excited to
This
be a
is the
part of it.
21st episode.
Hey,
21
clap that up.
Savage.
Hey,
Wow.
I'll take 21.
Getting
Yep,
savage on them.
that's why
21.
we're
Crazy.
super savage on our episode, man. We thank y'all for coming.
Yes, no, we
anytime,
appreciate it. We
anytime.
appreciate
Cat,
it.
how much
Did
time
you
we
have
got?
another song? We gotta hear one more song.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, because they got. Can y'all play my song?
Yeah.
Legit.
It was
Yeah, I think
legit.
so.
I like
Yeah, I
like
legit.
it.
And once again, I'm gonna say the reason why I did like it because I was talking about the young kids today, and I was like, I think if they heard legit, they'd be like, okay, I'm rocking with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, oh, you
So,
know what?
When I heard that one, I was like, yeah, it got the energy. It got the energy.
Yeah.
Thank
And we definitely got more coming like this, so we shout out.
Yeah.
Well, we
we
did.
always got one.
When I get a SoundCloud, I'll definitely follow you.
Yeah.
Right,
Please,
definitely,
please
definitely.
do, yes.
We keep it real at Hot 60. I swear to God, if I ain't like it, I'd have been like,
Mm.
I should
No,
have
I
been
heard-
quiet.
What made
Y'all
you think
been
that
talking
sounded
to
good?
me.
Right.
That was the
You know, you
song.
gotta prepare
So,
yourself for
how
podcasts.
long
Like,
have you
okay,
been
if
working
they,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they come at us, you gotta be ready.
your
Like,
craft?
okay.
Oh, yeah. No.
All right, here we go. B's fave by
Yeah.
We Are Lucid.
Oh, yeah.
Let me get one out there, Belle.
St. Cloud. I heard you. We are lucid.
I'm legit, run up in this bitch like I hit a lick, feeling lit. I won't ever quit, I am heaven sent, represent, Mr. Chuck the Dudes. Yes, I am the truth, living pro. Show me what you do, won't you make a move? I'm legit, run up in this bitch like I hit a lick, feeling lit. I won't ever quit, I am heaven sent, represent, Mr. Chuck the Dudes. Yes, I am the truth, living pro. Show me what you do, won't you make a move? I'm legit. So legitimate, that's legitimate, boy. So legitimate, that's legitimate, boy. I'm so legitimate, that's legitimate. Since a kid, I've been on my grind. You're like Tony Hawk in the sky, more like Tony Stark. Super with the art, levitate when I medicate. So I can create straight, give me strength and the nigga straight. Time to celebrate. Educate, this is for the brain, this is for the brain. Ride the wave, I don't rep a game, but I bet I bang. Don't dispute while you chase the fame. Life is but a game, run away, we are not the same. Keep on switching lanes till I die. I'ma always try, never live a lie. I'm in control, I'ma find my glow, go and get my goals. All I know, I am like a drone, I am on my own, far from home. When I in my zone, please leave me alone. What? I hit the dab and then I flow. Devil has me with my back against the ropes. Yeah, that's the reason that I'm breathing all the smoke. Yeah, that's the reason I'm legit. Run up in this bitch like I hit a lick in the lit. I won't ever quit. I am heavy sin. Represent Mr. Chuck the douche. Yes, I am the truth. Living pro. Show me what you do. Won't you make a move? I'm legit. Run up in this bitch like I hit a lick in the lit. I won't ever quit. I am heavy sin. Represent Mr. Chuck the douche. Yes, I am the truth. Living pro. Show me what you do. Won't you make a move? I'm legit. Yeah. What? So legitimate. That's legitimate, boy. I'm so legitimate. That's legitimate, boy. So legitimate. That's legitimate. What? Hey, so legitimate. That's legitimate, boy. I'm so legitimate. That's legitimate, boy. So legitimate. That's legitimate. I'm legit.
Hey.
Y'all,
Told you.
y'all are so hard to
Hey.
keep up with the sign language.
Hey.
That's legit.
Straight up.
Yeah, that is that work.
Banger. Yeah, that's
Yeah, we got
automatic.
all sorts of stuff. You know, I like to do some R&B. He likes to write R&B. We like to do R&B music too. So we got R&B for you. We got some alternative R&B going. We got a little bit. We try to get.
So
it
we got to
on.
play some new songs when y'all come on.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Can you make a song for Hot 16? Just playing.
Absolutely.
About
Whatever
being
y'all
got
on
you.
Hot 16?
Please,
or
let
something?
us
We got you.
We
Shout
was
out
on Hot
16.
16.
Yeah.
Oh, you already know. That's love.
Get a little
We do.
tag song going. Yeah, heck yeah. Jingle. Write the jingles.
Man, y'all were awesome. I'm so
Thank
glad you
you.
came.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
us.
Thank you for
Yeah.
taking time out of your awesome busy schedule.
No, we're so happy to be here, and we appreciate you guys seeing.
The next time we'll be
seeing-
early. You know what I'm saying?
Seeing our work.
No, it's all good.
Well, you live in Atlanta, so it's like
Hey.
Yeah.
as long as you showed up.
Right.
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 You know, I feel you. I feel you.
As long as you didn't say I'll get back to you,
Brillo.
goofy.
Damn.
That's
playing.
Don't do that. No show.
You might
No
be tied
show
up
is
somewhere
unprofessional.
by
Right.
BBW.
Yeah, oh, exactly. You know you
She's
tied
the
up
one
somebody's
texting.
basement. Oh yeah.
She's the one texting like,
Exactly.
"Oh, we got an
Artists-
emergency. You won't hear from
Oh,
me
yeah.
for 2 weeks."
Wow. Hey, artists, shout out all the artists. Please don't no show. At least
Yeah.
just keep it real. If you're gonna make a commitment, come through.
Yeah.
At least show up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's all
Like you
about
said.
professional.
Or let me know. That was
Right.
great. Most people show up though, because they want to be on CX60. They want to come back.
Heck
People
yeah,
going
this is a very big honor to be here. So
I'm
we're
so
excited.
glad.
Hey,
We
you
gonna
guys
share
broke
this
us
a
in. It's
million
our first
times.
podcast. So you
Oh,
know.
nice,
Yes.
nice. We appreciate
we
that.
took
See, that's
we
what we
be
like.
taking everybody's virginity on the
Introducing,
podcast.
the raw, bringing the raw to
That's
the
good.
people.
We needed
man.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They somehow sorted all our sex questions, but it's alright.
I know. They were able to flip it.
You
We
can
were.
give us one more.
What's your
was
favorite
on.
position?
Right, we was
Right.
I know, right?
Try to hit it. You want to hit us with one more? Try to hit us. What you get?
You want to give your favorite position? Go ahead.
Oh, I'm a freak. Like
Uh-oh.
69. Like,
69.
like if I mean it's
He's
hard.
an
'cause
eater, y'all. He's an eater.
I do like. I just keep it real. You know, I do. You got your if your shit
I
is
got you.
right, I will take a bite. But that's that was off in the head.
You lit.
But what's yours, babe?
I like
Get your
that.
back flip it on.
Are you a top or a bottom on the? Are you the 6 or the 9? Which is better?
Oh, I'm on the back.
He-
She be trying to flip it. You know what I'm saying? You know, let
He
me try to
won't
work
be
you,
the
man.
top.
Let me try. I'm like,
He
nah,
won't.
baby, I'm on my back. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it here for that. We
He
haven't
won't
made it
allow.
that far, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Who's the 6 and who's the 9? So you're the.
Wait, if you're on the ground, you're the 6, right?
Yeah, you're the 6. And I'm the
Okay.
9.
Okay.
When you have to hit this motion to figure it out, maybe
Sign language the
That
whole
means-
time.
That means you're hitting that
motherfuckers
good
do.
fucking
Protract-
green. You know what I'm saying?
So, do you like it from the back?
right? Is it this way?
Thumb in the ass.
Do you eat?
Y'all are silly.
Hot 60, man. See, we was gonna do 20 minutes of that kind of question.
Hey, well,
We
sorry.
was gonna get into
We
that.
get more.
But you gotta
next
hide
time.
that real quick because we got a very special. I need y'all to give your
Yes.
handles, but we got a very special guest. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
She
She found-
canceled on us.
She didn't show up?
We had a special guest who's coming in, gonna close the show.
No.
Oh. Well, we'll have to pretend to do it.
Right.
I was really gonna let her do it. We were gonna bring in my baby girl. She wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
She's so
Merry
sweet.
Xmas.
Adorable.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Hanukkah.
There's all that saliva in the Hanukkah.
Got to. That's what you got to do. It's the right way to do
We're bringing them back. We got grilled in.
I was just at my girl's house celebrating Hanukkah, so there's only a few days left. Hanukkah's dope, man.
It is.
I need to get in the gift game of Hanukkah.
Yes, my family.
Cookies, donuts, and all kinds of stuff every day.
Have you ever gotten guilt before? I mean, not like the traditional Jewish guilt, but I mean, but guilt. It's like the little gold coins that are made of chocolate.
Yes,
That's what it's
when I
called,
was a kid. Yeah.
When you play dreidels and you get guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family's Jewish.
Yeah.
Nice.
She was just telling me like today she like wanted a Christmas tree so bad, big.
Yeah.
But they ended up being able to decorate a house plant. And that was called the Hanukkah bush.
That is what we call
Hanukkah
it.
bush.
That is the proper name for a Christmas tree in a Jewish house.
Y'all heard of the Liberian Christmas?
No.
Okay, so this is what they do in Liberia. Or they used to. They take the gifts to the church. There's Santa Claus there. If you're bad, you get hit with a switch.
Oh,
But not like it's kind of like a joke thing, you know.
Right,
You still get
right.
some gifts, but he'll be like, that's what they do in
Oh my
Liberia.
God.
Wow.
But we're gonna do that. We're gonna start doing Liberian Christmas.
Okay.
So you better watch yourself.
Ooh.
Wait. Okay.
You got a keeper.
I am gonna be so
She's a
mad.
keeper. I know who's
10
aggressive
years.
and know who's getting
Right.
slapped and choked around here. He's like,
She's like,
she's a choker, huh?
Say my
She's a
name.
choker.
She has been choking lately. I'm like, what is all this extra aggression? Are you mad at
sometimes people be pushing you to the
if you
motherfucking
like
edge,
it, you
know
like
what I mean?
it. We know
Right.
what you like for real.
Right. Hey,
Keep exciting, you know?
we keep it exciting. We trying.
We bringing them back 2018.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
bringing them back.
Oh yeah, we gotta
No
do the
holds
anniversary
barred, no
show. We
holds
gotta find
barred.
a dope spot to do it from though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting on. We gotta have a nice spot.
Well, what kind of a place
Because
are
we
you
want to
looking
do it like
for?
a live show.
Okay.
So I need to get some sponsors because I
Okay.
have
Yeah.
like $3 maybe
Yes.
to
No,
go
that's-
towards it so far.
That's
Hey,
a great.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Man, we
that's a
changing the
cool
game up.
location.
Next season, our guests are gonna be able to smoke on the show.
Hey,
I'm stating it
yes.
now.
I was gonna bring my vape pen on the rail, but she was like,
Hey.
Oh, we do vape all the time. Yeah. We just can't burn flour in here. But next
But
season,
you know what? It's not. It's
will be
more
flour.
for the equipment too.
Yeah.
You can't.
We
the
burning
smoke is
it
bad
up.
for the equipment.
Burn it up.
we smoking
we
it
have
up.
to make
man.
a smoke shield for this.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Hey,
We
Coke.
Are Lucid, Sammy. Oh, who is saying Coke?
Coke.
Coke?
Can we go out on that banging ass Christmas Kringle
Oh,
slap
we already
trap?
know. We going out on
You
it.
gotta go out.
Hey,
on
y'all
that,
gotta.
man.
Can y'all do like a freestyle at the end of this?
Why you gotta put them on
I'm not gonna. I
pressure?
just want to know.
Damn,
If they, some
that's
people, if
funny.
people freestyle, they freestyle. If they don't, they don't.
I mean, yeah, Sam hit some. Hit,
Oh.
hit a couple bars, and I'll go off. I'll go off
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, we just need a little minute of that Christmas slap.
Yeah. All right. So, yep, you shot cat eyes, you sarcastic pervert. Follow me, and I'll kick your ass.
Hot 60 freestyle on the podcast. It's your player partner
Yep.
B.
Shout out to Digital Mass. We Are Lucid. We about to go out to Mr. Copes.
Hey,
Hey.
Oh, is this Coke?
straight out the crispy Kringle
Yeah.
trap, man.
Okay.
Hey.
Look, shout out Mr. Coke. I'ma do it, let me do it, ho. But I'm at they throat, man, this passion. I'ma do it for this Christmas. Get this gift in, I'ma kill it, baby girl. What's on the wish list? That I got that present. Man, I keep on blasting and I'm smashing who I'm repping for. St. Louis, keep it lucid more than anybody that's dreaming. I'm on the scene and I'm beaming. Who is shouting out? Baby girl, I'm rapping now. Yeah, catch me in the clouds, the Sammy St. Cloud. Back again with action. Who is in the max? And baby girl, you ready lay down and we gon' get to relax and wait, baby girl, let me eat that. Okay, I lost it.
Hey, kill it.
Oh! Woo!
Hot 60.
Yeah.
All right.
I was about to go.
Yeah. That's all we
Yeah.
need.
That was the hook.
Yeah.
We
Hell
gotta
yeah.
hear you.
Oh, am I going? All right, shit.
Hit it.
I don't.
Yeah. You got
I
it.
don't really fucking do it, but it's Christmas, so what the fuck we do it? Yeah, it's like Hanukkah, we lighting the menorah, one at a time, yeah, we getting like the horror. Lift up the chair to the sky, yeah, you know I'm fucking fly. There, the girls from Minnesota, you know I'm just so colder. You got that Prince, yeah, you got that lick style, you know I like that girl, you know I like that fuck it.
Hey, man, that's all we need. That's how you ride a Christmas beat. You feel me? Hot 60, man.
Sleigh bells, motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Yes.
We do get to have our extra special. Y'all have a happy new year because we're going to be too fucked up.
Hey.
Here we go.
Santa's helper in the building. Hey.
Are you coming in to say Merry Christmas?
Come on, we need that Christmas shout out. Come on.
Come on. Say Merry Christmas. You ready? What are you going to say? Ah. Say, stay woke. All right. Well, it was a good idea an hour ago, but you know problems do.
You know how these kids be.
Say hello.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Okay, I'm about
Shout
to do
out to
it.
Hot 60. Thank you so much.
Oh, he knew he had that shit. He's like, don't you dare ruin this moment.
Right.